Hey you guys, as you can see, we have a different setup, but it's still your girl Panther. We're here for your reading for Mercury Day. We're just going to get into this reading by saying thank you to our angels, our ancestors, our spirit guides, and divine creator of all for these wonderful messages we are about to receive. Okay, hope that everyone is having an amazing day and that remember, if there's anything that isn't clear or uncomfortable, it will pass. Just keep your vibration as high as you can by trusting in the divine creator. Okay? But we are going to get into your reading for this Mercury day. Take your deep breaths. And let's see what messages we have. I'm just shuffling the tarot deck. Let me pull some moon cards first for you and see what is the overall energy at this time. If you need to book a personal reading with me, the information is in my description box below. Remember, these messages are general. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Here we go, y'all. Let's see. What message do you have for the collective? Okay. Some of you are feeling like you're not good enough, as we did have the full moon in Virgo card come out upside down, but these messages are generally read upright since they are direct oracle messages. But the fact that it did come out in reverse, some of you are probably feeling like you're not good enough. And at the bottom of the deck we have it's time to release negativity. Okay, full moon in Scorpio. Under that we have take time to breathe out. Follow me on my Instagram page because this came out in the reading that I posted for the collective as well. But here we have full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. And then we have mutable moon for the first card. Nothing is yet set in stone. It's kind of dark here. The most important thing is the message. Sorry about the lighting, y'all, but that's what we have. Nothing is yet set in stone, and you are good enough. At the top of the deck, we have what do you need to release? So 2 cards stating the need to release something. One is asking, and the other one is a statement. So definitely a time to release negativity because you are good enough. Don't think that whatever it is that you're holding on to, that's all you're worth, because that is not all you're worth. You're worth way more than that, my love. So let's get into the tarot message here. At the bottom of the deck, we already have the Magician. Okay, so being able to manifest, which I'm just letting that siren pass. Know that you are divinely protected, because that's normally a sign of Archangel Michael as well, sirens. But with this Magician card being at the bottom, I'm feeling that you guys do have the power to manifest what it is that you want, but you have to release the negativity because that's blocking you from being able to manifest. All right, so let's see what cards we get here. Did anything come out that popped out? It looked like the Six of Cups for a minute. Let me see. What message do you have for the collective? Okay. That didn't come out. Look at that. Temperance. Another sign of Michael, tempering your cups, helping you to release whatever that negativity is that is stopping you from manifesting, so that way you're able to put it to rest and meditate and contemplate on what it is that you're worthy of. Okay? Putting those three swords of hurt up on the wall so that way you can meditate on the sword of truth to gain clarity. We have 14 and 4, so 1, 4, 4 with these two right here. Some of you may need to Google or research on the 144,000. Know that you are good enough. So if that's the current situation where you may need to temper yourself, what's influencing that is the need to meditate and contemplate in order for you to balance yourself out. So you can release that negativity, because if you're not balanced, you won't be able to, one, see what it is that you need to release, to release it, too. Remember, nothing is yet set in stone. Here we go. So you putting these anxious thoughts to rest, overthinking stuff. 9 of Swords energy. 9 of Swords could also be Gemini, but Mars in Gemini. So how it is that you're passionate about doing something, the way you think, communicate, you know. Putting that in the past. Again, in order for you to be able to temper the situation, you're going to have to put these anxious, overthinking thoughts or way of thinking to rest. And 9 and 4 is 13. 13 is the Death card, which is the card of transformation. Let's see, we have at the bottom of the deck, we have the 3 of Wands. Don't allow these thoughts to stop you from manifesting, from stepping towards your new foundation, a stronger foundation. It's there for you, but you have to believe in yourself and know that you are good enough. These are the type of feelings that would, actually rise up if you feel like you're not good enough. Take the time to breathe out, just like it said here on the bottom. Take time to breathe out. Under that, we have a new start is coming. So it's coming. It's just really up to you and how you go about what it is that's holding you back. We have bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius under the new start is coming, with stepping out of your comfort zone. Some of you have been too comfortable in whatever the situation was that's been holding you back. And that's usually what comfort does. It doesn't allow you to grow because you're comfortable where you're at. So you have to step out of your comfort zone. If you're used to overthinking, stop overthinking and just do. It's kind of like you're trying to do something. I always mention in other readings that trying is an insult to doing. So let's see here. Tower under the 3 of Wands. It just peeked out at me, so I had to take it. And the Tower is a sudden change. Okay. So a new start is coming. It's going to come up. It's going to come all of a sudden, because when it's divine timing, that's just what it is. But it's best for you to be able to acknowledge when that change shows up, rather than it catching you by surprise because you're not stepping out of your comfort zone. Past issues was the overthinking, and the immediate past was the Wheel of Fortune. So it is the completion of a cycle. So what this is telling me is, 1, Jupiter energy, which is tomorrow, and 2, you have completed this cycle already, but for some reason it keeps you here. It's like you're overthinking if you have completed it. Yeah, you have. If you needed that confirmation, you have completed it, but you have to acknowledge that, like I said. See where your thoughts are. What are the thoughts of the collective at this time as it relates to this spread, Spirit? You have the higher education, the philosophy, you have the understanding of hidden knowledge. Use it to your advantage. You've cleared cycles of your past life, whether it was in this life or a previous life. You have completed cycles. The only way you keep yourself stuck in those cycles is by not acknowledging the fact that it is already complete. You have the knowledge and wisdom here. So Crowning Thoughts is about a relationship, possibly healing a relationship. And Spirit is suggesting to keep this vibration of love, healing love, as part of your crowning thought in order for you to come to the acknowledgement of this completion of a cycle, because this is where temperance came in at the beginning. The current situation was a tempering of the cups. Crowning Thoughts, we have the Two of Cups. So as above, so below is what we have here. Okay, and that all happens when you realize that you're good enough. And notice that the couple cards just fell out. I'm going to tell you what these cards are, but look what's on the bottom. Justice. When you complete a cycle and judgment is made, it's a fair decision. Justice at the bottom of the deck. But these cards that fell out, we have the Ace of Cups, the new love, brand new beginning of love, enlightenment, divine guidance. This is divine creator giving you this new cup. Again, another cup with in regards to this temperance card and the Two of Cups. It's like you're receiving signals or signs that you have put this way of thinking to rest. Know that you are good enough. Release the negativity that's holding you back from not realizing the completion of this cycle. Because you've gained the enlightenment, the spiritual enlightenment. You've given yourself the chance to receive from the higher forces and trust in the higher forces when it came to your balance, the reciprocity. Okay, you may have felt like you were giving too much, but at the same time, you've gained the clarity. You have stepped into your domain to take charge and move forward when it came to indecisive thoughts. You went within in order for you to move along. Okay, and doing so, you come into the Knight of Pentacles, being fruitful, abundant. Okay, but that's just what fell out. Let's go with the continuation of this spread, the immediate future. Spirit, what message do you have for the collective in regards to the immediate future? What is about to happen? Balance. That just popped right out. So we have 2-2 thus far. Okay. Coming into balance. Being able to see the change. Knowing that nothing is yet set in stone. But you're seeing the change happen. And you're able to catch a grasp on it. This is also Capricorn and Jupiter energy, Two of Pentacles. When it comes to your image, could be a mother-in-law. Coming into balance when it comes to challenges, peak experiences. You're at the peak of your experience, so now you're able to see how it is, how it's going to unfold for you. You put all of those peak experiences together to see what it is that you need to do moving forward. Let's see what your concerns are, though. Spirit, clarify for the collective the concerns But tell us about the concerns it could be causing you to feel like, you may not be good enough, and it's stopping you from releasing negativity. Don't be afraid to transform. Transformation is beautiful. You have to be able to destroy in order to rebuild. But you have to be ready to accept you when you transform. And that means you have to release the old. See what the concerns are here. Spirit, tell us what the concerns are. King of Swords. Some of you are concerned with legal issues, being too much in your power, what people may have to say. You're overthinking your inner knowing, your inner wisdom. Okay? Yes, you are possibly an oracle, someone who is a sage. You have the knowledge, the hidden knowledge of the universe. You understand those laws and how things are about principle. And coming into that aspect of knowing that it's a principle of life, you understand evolution. And with doing so, you're able to let go. King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Now, the King of Wands is dependable, honest, loyal. You might have to be honest with yourself about what it is that you've learned. Leo energy, controlling your ego. Let's see what we have here for the environment. What's in the external environment for the collective as it relates to this spread? Passionate new beginning coming in, communication coming in, possible travel when this quarantine is over. Or you could simply be, just traveling within your mind, communicating telepathically with someone or with the divine creator or your higher self when it comes to these overthinking thoughts, or overthinking, rather. Eight of Wands is also Sagittarius and Mercury. The way you think about, the hidden knowledge that you've received, going back to the Wheel of Fortune. Gained a new way of thinking, philosophy. And it's moving you forward. Okay? Let's see what the higher self has to say. The Sun card. It's going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. More than okay. Because the sun is the life force. It's vitality. It's being out in the public eye too, also in regards to fame. But it's you being open with yourself and honest and bringing forth the vitality to grow, to create. And this is coming up under the Wheel of Fortune. Come on now. This is in your external environment, so it could also be, not your external environment, but your higher self, the Leo within you, the I am, the one who is, more so the I will, taking control of what it is that you want to do, taking risk. But these risks that you're taking are calculated because it's destined for you to, because after completing the cycle, now you're going to birth anew. You are good enough. Nothing is yet in stone, but best to believe that wherever you're heading for the win. see what the potential outcome is. What is the outcome of this spread for the collective spirit? What is the outcome of this spread for the collective? What is the outcome of this spread for the collective? Wow, that just fell into my hand like that. The Knight of Wands. Beautiful. Knight of Wands is Sagittarius energy. Okay. It's also changes that are happening, movement, excitement about new ideas, being high-spirited, free spirit. Taking charge. Releasing the negativity and not conforming to what anyone says, but just in what you truly know within yourself, that you are good enough. At the bottom of the deck, Judgment. Beautiful. Making that decision that this transformation was necessary for you to move forward and coming to terms with that, accepting that, being honest with yourself about the things that you had to release, even if it's things that were within you. At the top of the deck, Emperor. Come on now, y'all. This is authority on top of authority. And I say that because you have the Wheel of Fortune, the Sun, and now the Emperor. This is also Aries energy, Scorpio energy. Transforming in order to closing out a cycle so that we are able to take your power back and come into your higher self. Mastering, coming out of this energy, feeling like you didn't have what you needed. You are good enough. 222 on a timer. You are good enough. Come out of this energy. And you are coming out of this energy because you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Sun card. That's confirming that you are going to come to a point where you understand that you completed this cycle. And those moments where you felt like you weren't good enough, you're going to say, yeah, okay, I know I'm good enough. Making a judgment call on self-sabotaging thoughts. Because the only prison that you can be in is the prison of the mind. When it comes to this spread here. Getting on your chariot. Allowing the universe to move you forward into victory. Victory and success is all I see in this spread. Once you come into the realization and the acknowledgement that you are good enough. A new start is coming. Let's get into it, y'all. I'm going to pull an angel and ancestor card to close off this beautiful reading, because it is. Your cups are being tempered. You're healing. You're coming to the realization of what it is that you need to release. Releasing it. And now you're coming into your own. Let's see here. Spirit, what is the final advice for the collective as it relates to this spread? Oh, that almost came out. What is the final advice for the collective as it relates to this spread? Final advice for the collective. Track down your fears and desires. Hunter. More Sagittarius energy. It's like you have to direct your aim to victory right now. Because you have the Hunter, which is also a sign of Sagittarius, as you see the bow and arrow, but also Aries with the ram, the Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter energy, also Sagittarius, and Temperance, which is also Sagittarius. So one is tempering, 244 on a timer as I'm saying this. One is tempering to complete the cycle so you can track down your fears and desires. And that was actually part of the other post that I had for today, where it mentioned igniting your passions. by going after those things that are challenging, intriguing, and inspiring. Go after it. If it's within you, it's for you. It's you. There's nothing to be afraid of. You are good enough. You know? I'm going to read it from the book for you. Let's see what it says. Track down all your fearful thoughts and feelings. When you find them, you will find your desires too. The Hunter card is based on my favorite Celtic god, Cernunnos. He is a stat god of the wild and represents both the hunted and the hunter. Similarly, the hunter helps you connect with an energy that is both fearful and fearless. Your fears are only things that are standing between you and what you desire at this time. So you have to come face to face with them, as the hunter does with wild animals, and go beyond them. Release the negativity of these fears. They are false evidence appearing real to you. That's just me saying that, but I'm going back to the book here. Instead of being hunted down by your fears or other feelings that you have buried, become the hunter. You are being given confidence and strength at this time, so use your power to make a difference. You are not here to cower away or live in the shadows. You are here to realize your fullest potential. But this can only occur when you step up and do what needs to be done. Going back to, you are good enough. Okay? When this card arises, there could be an opportunity to face an aspect of your past or bring closure to a situation that has been haunting you. And we had the Judgment card at the bottom of the deck. Is it still on the bottom here? No, I took it. Yep. Judgment card. Clarifying that message right there. If you are a man or identify as a male, this card represents your masculinity and the opportunity to know yourself more deeply. If you are a female or identify as a female, this card represents your capacity to be strong and powerful and overcome limitations. And that, my love, is your message for Mercury Day. Love y'all.